We are in the Rhône in France with Petit, which means little bear, as you might imagine, in French from Matthieu Barret. And I have a lot of feelings about this producer. I love him. I think that he has a great following. People seek out his wines, and I try to too. I feel like they're a little bit like Pokemon, because I have only been able to catch 2 out of the 4 bear wines that he makes. We have this one and we have Vilan, which is also amazing. But he also has an orange that I've never been able to get, and I believe he has one more that's like 3 bears or something. I don't know, but at some point in the future, even if I can only get them for myself, I'm gonna get the rest. It also just style points as well because he has the cutest little corks for them. So, you know, even if the wine didn't taste good, I would probably just buy this bottle because it's just so charming. But it does, and he's a legend. So, like, what more could you want? All right. So yeah, we're in the Rhône here. So we're talking about Syrah. And actually that's all I'm gonna say. Otherwise I'm gonna give away some stuff and I keep doing that. So we're in the Rhône, we're talking about Syrah. And oh, actually that's not true. I can tell you a little bit about how he made the wine. So it's all destemmed. He lets it stay on the skins for 15 days, which I would say is a normal amount of time. A lot of Syrah producers there might leave them on for more. Glue people might want to leave it on for a little less. It is made in concrete, so shouldn't impart any flavor onto it. And yeah, like low SO2, filtered but not fined. So could still be vegan, but yeah, could still be vegan. That's all. But he does put a filter through it. So with that in mind, deep, dark, and broody, just like I like it from here, but still fresh. So the first things I'm getting, violets, at least on the top, like they're like light or like that, like the lightest notes. I don't know. I say this in a lot of videos. Sorry if this is repetitive, but if it's new for you, you normally get the lighter notes from wines in the top of the glass. That's why I go up here first and then I go down here. And then the fruit and the heavier things are normally down here. So up here, I'm getting the violets. I'm getting a bit of like tobacco leaf, maybe a little bit smoky, a little bit like tobacco. Wait, did I just say tobacco? Smoky, tobacco, violets. I think I did say that. A little bit meaty as well, but there's a lot of fruit as well. I could already start to sense it up at the top, but let's really dive into it at the bottom. So the first, it just feels like blackberry jam to me, like definitely darker fruit than red fruit. Also plums, dark cherries. I think that's pretty much it on the fruit side, at least that I'm getting. So let's dive into the body. The texture is so good. So it has this amazing mouthfeel. It's a little bit like crunchy. When we say crunchy, normally what I'm thinking about is it's like fresh, fruity, and like, you know, like you like a little bit tart where you just want to like crunch down on it. Like it's almost like you have those cherries or whatever in your mouth and you're experiencing the juice. And that's at least how I describe it. I think other people describe crunchy wine a little bit differently, but that's how I think of it. And that is absolutely what this wine is. So all of that fresh fruit that we just talked about, it's funny, it actually was less fresh. Oh, bye, Norm. It actually was a lot less fresh fruit on the nose. Like not so far that it's, you know, stewed or something, but I don't know, like a baked berry or like a little bit jammy. A little bit jammier on the nose. I think that's probably the right way to put it forward. All right, so that's great. The finish is long. The tannin, it seems like it's gonna have more tannin than it actually does. I think it's medium tannin for sure. Like I can feel that it's super balanced by the acid. Like I can feel the life leaving my gums, but I'm also, my mouth is watering. So the acid and the tannin are super well balanced. again, this guy's like a pro. And it's just like the perfect food wine. It's not something you want to put with like a super heavy steak, but like anything leading up to that, honestly, even steak, maybe, yeah, actually even steak, I would probably feel comfortable putting this with a steak. So I also would like it with something like a beef stroganoff, something that has like beef as its main thing, but it also has other stuff going on. Plus it's creamy, which I feel like would go really well here, because it has this lovely like full-bodied mouthfeel. But let me take a step away from the meats for a second. Definitely, you know, you could do your lambs and game. Oh, game would be really good. Like if you have venison. I don't know who has venison. I guess if you hunt, you might have some venison, or like quail, or maybe not quail. Honestly, I've never had quail. Ignore that. I don't even know what it tastes like. So I don't know if it's gamey or not. Rabbit, wild boar. Oh man, this would be so good with wild boar. I like to eat wild boar whenever I can because they're not a great species and they're invasive. So if they're on the menu, I try to eat them. Anyways, so if we're talking not meats, I think that this is a harder one. I think that you should do something that has a good amount of like spice, not spicy, but spices like Moroccan food, tagine, maybe like ratatouille, or like or something that's maybe been like slow cooked. This would be good with something that's slow cooked. So that should give you a lot of things to pick from, but I'm definitely going to go with the meats for this one just because there's not as many natural wines that go into that category. So hope you enjoy.